So you want to add a title screen. Let's do it the quick and dirty way, and that is to create a new level. I'll call this title. Save all selected. And we have a blank level. Now, next thing we want to do is create a UMG. So we'll just quickly throw a folder in. User interface widget. I don't know. We'll just make a standard user widget. Create that. And widget blueprint title. And we're going to create a really crude title here. We add a grid panel, and then we'll add text. And we'll add a second text. And we'll select that one and let's move it. Come on, let's move. Why is it not moving? Never mind. The first one, we'll call this, rename it to title. And we'll call it Desert Racer because that's the game I'm using to test this. From a course from Game Dev TV. We'll set the center we'll align the text. I think I've used the wrong panel. I have. That's why nothing's working the way I was hoping. So let's convert this to a canvas. Yep. So there's Desert Racer there, and let's anchor it center top. And we set offset to 0. I'll move it down from the top a little bit. But before we do that, center 0.5. And we'll set it from the top. I don't know. It's 200, I think. No, it's 200. Right. Now let's do the same for the other one. Except we'll center that from the bottom. And that will be 0 and minus 300, say. And center it. Let's just set the text. Yep, there we go. Press a key to start. This as well. And we'll make the font a bit bigger just for fun. 64 for that. I know, let's just put a bit of fun here. We're going to play around with the outline. So we're going to change the outline to white. And we're going to set, there should be a thickness somewhere. Outline size, we'll set that to 4. Then what we're going to do is we're going to make the color not white. We'll make it like a nice dark red, I think. Right. And we could do something similar up here. 4 is a bit much, isn't it? Let's try 2. There. And Desert Racer still isn't big enough, I think, so we'll make it 96. There, and we're going to do something similar with that as well. We'll set the outline size to 2. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add an image in the background. It's not going to actually be an image. But we're going to set the full size. And then we're going to set the color to like a dark grey. Dark enough so you can see the black outline on the text. Right, so there's our title screen. That's all we need. So how do we use this? simply, now we have the level and we have the UI. So what we need now is a game mode. And in level, what we want to do is we want to override the game mode. So create a new game mode. And we create that game mode base. And we'll just put it in blueprints. And it'll be BP title game mode. Set that to last thing we need is another blueprint, and that is a basic pawn. Do we need a pawn for this actually? I'm beginning to think no. So what we can do is in our game mode, we set the default pawn class to none. So there is no pawn. Then in the event graph, create widget. Get player controller. We will set. I'm sure there's going to be some teething problems, but and then from here, actually this add to viewport. I never see the point of doing this in like C++. It's just so much easier to set up on a widget. Now, if we hit play, we should see our title screen. So we have a title screen working. Now what we want to do is press any. Now we have to type key pressed. Get key. No, how do we do any key? I forget. So in digging around, apologies for that. What we have here is we do actually need some kind of pawn or something. So let's just quickly create an empty actor. No, pawn. Blueprint class. Pawn. We'll call it menu pawn because we can reuse it possibly if you want to. And then in here we can key pressed any key. It's still not that easy. Here we go, any key. That's what we wanted. And from here you can just drag over this and open level by name. And the level is main level in this case, I think. Let's just quickly check that in the levels. Yeah, main level. So that's all we need. And now we have to go back to here and go to the viewport, click on this and set the player pawn. What was it, menu pawn? Yeah, there we go. Now if I'm right and I hit play, see, it reacts even to the mouse. There we have it. That's a simple title screen.